Ya Ali Madat, and welcome to the Ismaili Update Episode 2. My name is Diana Vasaya, and we are coming to you from Aga Khan Boulevard in Toronto, where Prince Hussein and Princess Fareen attended a number of events over the past few days with community leaders, members of academia, students, and representatives of the Jamaat. The events were held here at the beautiful Aga Khan Museum and iconic Ismaili Centre, Toronto, as well as in conjunction with our partner organization on the beautiful campus of the University of Waterloo. The discussions highlighted the urgency of issues relating to climate change and the impact of human activity on our natural environment.
Our event today is premised on the principle of what is often referred to in Islam as amana, a trust placed upon humankind to walk gently upon the earth and steward its resources in ways that are responsible and just. On behalf of the speakers today, I would like to acknowledge the land that we stand on today is and has been under the stewardship of many indigenous peoples over millennia. And I think we saw some images of the sea cow earlier.
We did.
Interesting creature, right? Because it's endangered, and in Abu Dhabi, where there is a large concentration, because of the development, they're at risk, and all the silt and the dredging from the building is choking off their food source, which is plantation. And they're large creatures, and so they require a lot of this stuff in order to survive. Why is that animal particularly fascinating for you?
For starters, they get to eat all day long.
That's a fun life.
Like elephants, they eat all day long. They just munch on seagrass all day long.
We saw a clip just a few moments ago, and I mean, there was such an instant sense of zen, of tranquility. I mean, it's almost as though you're in this immersive cocoon. And for a lot of us, I mean, the extent of my underwater experience has been snorkeling in Thailand. You've done it to an extent that most of us never will. Describe to us what that's like to be that deep, to have the water rushing past your ears, and to see this majestic ecosystem, and to see these colors that are so vivid, and then to capture them. Talk to us about that process.
For me, it's honestly, and it sounds corny, but it's the realization of a childhood dream. I mean, I've been crazy about animals since I was tiny. I've always loved the water. I've been diving forever, and I used to buy every photograph, every photographic book, every animal sculpture that I could find when I was young and in my teens. I mean, I'd go through an airport somewhere and buy a dolphin sculpture. I'd see postcards somewhere and buy every postcard with a fish or an animal on it. It's a realization of a childhood dream, and in the water, it's just, for me, there's some weightlessness, there's a nice physical feeling, but it's seeing things I've been crazy about forever. Setting the stage, so to speak, I need to start out with good news and bad news. Bad news. My generation and those before have left your planet in chaos, with a myriad problems from political instability to poverty, hunger, the unforgiving effects of climate change, plastic pollution, overuse of natural resources and unsustainable practices such as overfishing, runaway deforestation, and an unhealthy thirst for fossil fuels. For all this, I would like to say I'm sorry. The good news is that if anyone can save the planet, put a stop to the harm we're doing, and bring in a healthy dawn, that would be you.
For close to 50 years, the Aga Khan Development Network and the Aga Khan University have fostered partnerships with post-secondary institutions in Canada, including here at the University of Waterloo. These partnerships are based on shared values and approaches to sustainable development that includes building economic, social, and cultural capacity around the world. One important way that we can build this capacity is by hosting events like today, where we underline the importance of biodiversity and sustainability.
What will our children say? Be the change, be the change. Be the change, be the change.
Earlier today, Prince Hussein graciously gave Farah Nasser a brief walkthrough of the exhibition.
So this exhibition outside, when you first walk outside, one of the first photos that you see is one of a moment that'll always stay with you.
Always.
Tell me a little bit about this animal and this moment and this photograph.
So it's a humpback whale, and it's a mother. Her calf was off to the side. Her calf was off to the side. It went away. The calves come up every 3 to 5 minutes because their lungs are smaller and they haven't sort of practiced diving and staying down. The mothers stay down for 20, 25 minutes. They could stay down for longer, but they stay down for 20, 25 minutes. The calf had left. She was looking at my guide and my photo instructor, and then she turned to me and she stared at me for a few seconds, and she's huge. And the end of her pectoral fin was as close to me as you are.
Really, like this
It's a fisheye lens, so she looks much further away than she was.
So you were closer to her than this even looks.
Yeah, it was this close there.
Watch for a full tour coming soon on the.ismaili. Now, it has been an absolute pleasure to be your host this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Ya Ali Madat, and goodbye from Toronto.